Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87. This is Let's Play Ace Attorney Miles Edition Part 5. We got a new title screen. I'm a sucker for updating title screens as you make your way through a game. There's a plane. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Let's jump back in. Last time Miles murdered someone, maybe. Possibly, probably not, but you never know. You never know. Also, that does remind me, I need to slightly turn down the sound effects because they are a little too loud here. My clicker, it does nothing. I've got a note. There it goes. No? Oh, you have to actually click on the thing. We'll do that for now. These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, you like you're talking to the clouds. I am. Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I'm a murderer who needs to be murdered himself. I don't know, but like a rather one-sided conversation. The clouds, they tell me nothing. Well, wait. The checkmark went away for a second. You gotta get in the exact right pixel perfect spot. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special is an English trivia quiz. Like English or like English? That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. No, don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle? I mean, if you do know what a participle is, you're probably well, you're not a cop, because let's be honest. Maybe a European cop. Or at least a non-American one, because I mean, the training we got is basically just like, you know, can you stand? Alright, yeah, have at him. The grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into its CD drive. That's not a piano, it's more like an overgrown music box. But its keys to press along with the music as though there really is someone playing it. I mean, that's kind of cool. I guess. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. Yes, Edgeworth, radicalize yourself. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. Now, you are a prosecutor, so you will, you know, have to be dealt with in the revolution, probably. But, you know, maybe if you put your best foot forward. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful in passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth, even if you are a murderer. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it is not clear up any suspicions I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. This door leads to the flight attendant's room. But please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel. The room is giving off the scent of a woman's perfume. One would think the perfume would smell great, however to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind this door. I'm not one of those anime protagonists. Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth, you creep? Mr. Edgeworth? Smelly smell. Smell that smells. Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. Anything else? Who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Ugo Hughes. The one on the left is when he was in his 40s, and the others of him in his 80s. Did the man age at all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. What floors does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. So only the floors accessible to passengers, so the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Damn right. Take a shot every time Edgeworth talks about some cranny. Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. Yeah, you would think that, idiot. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Ugo. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is limited edition, so it's popular. It's so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop. Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? Can I look at it? No, it's not a real thing. It's fake evidence. Time obsessed. Okay, he's time obsessed. Dude's 28. Was seated in first class like myself. That's how you know he's a fine individual. Yeah, Edgeworth, you're definitely gonna get... I mean, we're gonna reluctantly have to execute you. You're flying in first class and a prosecutor? Oh, man. Sorry, bud. I doubt anyone's expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. I see she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken. I wonder what was hanging off this lanyard. Something's missing from the picture. Now, if I could just put my finger on it. Looks like that's everything. So, we will start with, I guess, establishing this is the murder weapon. Maybe they'll let me look at it or something? A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. You used this to kill him. Yes? What is it? The way the blood is on this looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Aren't we deserving of the Master of the Obvious title? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? That is what you do, right? It would appear this figurine is our murder weapon. I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. Found at the crime scene with blood on it! Killer, elevator... Okay, it's not really... I don't got anything with that off the top of my head. There's some blood on one of the corners. Can this piggy bank be the murder weapon? How do I... Oh, yeah, you gotta use WASDA. It says, Go You Airlines. You know, I've seen it occur a lot recently, and it's been bothering me greatly. But why do some brands think it's acceptable to simply smash two words together and call it a day? Yeah, says Edgeworth. Fucking hypocrite. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. You know, you're moving up from reluctantly executed, so, you know, you're just gonna be lost in the dang, the crowd. It won't be like a big deal. It won't be like cheering, per se, but, you know. Is there anything else? We can't look at the bucket thing? I guess it's just maybe what the wine was in? I'm just trying to make sure we haven't missed something before I start jamming shit together when nothing seems immediately obvious to me. Oh yeah, I can talk to you. I forgot about that. Mr. Nero, I'd like to ask you about Oh wait, actually there's something I should have done first, but... As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around. If you could pass a message along telling him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation. I will, however, please realize that you are still under suspicion, murderer. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, and I take no offense. I'm just gonna jot this down in my organizer that I hate you. Do you really understand what I'm saying? Yes, verily. Do you pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor? I pinky swear I do on my honor as a professional prosecutor. Well, I guess that settles that. I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. Speaking of my professional prosecutorialness, even if you show that to me, I still can't allow you to free reign. I'm sorry, but I must admit that I still have my doubts about you. Guilty until proven innocent, I see. Yeah, that's how it works, bud. You should know. Did you notice anything? I was wondering whose footprints there are next to the elevator. I'd say the killers, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they are a vital clue to solving this case. Maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's go find them together. A word of advice. Nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines. I was wondering if you noticed anything. Yes, I can't help but notice the sad atmosphere in here. Yes, it's a rather tragic crime. I'll say, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death. Talk about rubbing in the salt. I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I mean, simple murder is fine, but murder for your own benefit? Uncouth. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands. And I promise as a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. I should go over all the leads I've collected so far one more time. The key to solving this lies at the intersection of my logic and the evidence. I don't know, you got anything to say about the murder weapon? No? Okay. What about the wallet? What about Mr. Hicks? What about this magazine? What about... I can't present people. Alright, cool. I didn't really get anything there. Well, I guess we get to jamming. The killer could have been. Well, I mean, footprints plus killer, I guess. Okay, fuck me. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. Well, elevator doesn't make much sense either because we don't know that they don't have access to the key card. That's a leap of logic. We do know that they stepped their ass in the grape juice. Or at least somebody did. Because that just seems like a... There wasn't anyone... Because I mean, we don't even know the dude was murdered on the first floor. Presumably he was actually... Well, it's very possible he was murdered on the second floor. And then they just sent the elevator down. Or even in the cargo hold. Because I did think that, but then I kind of dismissed it because we have no proof that the person didn't have access to a card. So we can't fully say they're on the first or second floor. Oh, yeah, we read that. If the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, that's a different story. Now the glass is being broken in the elevator. I mean, I don't feel like those go together, but... Some way to prove the killer was in the elevator. I mean, I guess, well, no, because I mean, the glass is being, we don't know that they're broken in the elevator. Right? Because they're on his face? Yeah. I mean, he could have still been attacked outside of the elevator. Then maybe if they're trying to say, like, because they're still on his face and didn't fall off, that's how you know he was bludgeoned there. I don't, we haven't really got anything else, so. Kind of have to. I don't know the clear connection either. Wait, can I present this to you? No, because it's not evidence. It's like I'm missing something. Well, I mean, the only other thing we have is, whoops, wrong button. There's only two things we can do. We can do elevator grape juice or broken glasses grape juice, which, I have it! I'm sorry, but I don't understand. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. I mean, they could have just walked from the stairs past you. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? Well, no, I mean... No, that's silly, but, like, it could just be somebody who walked past, you know? Not necessarily from the elevator, per se. But if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means... Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Maybe it was like 12 other people inside the elevator. Well, I mean, now I really don't know what to do. There's only two things. We only have one thing. If these footprints do in fact belong to a culprit, then I would say it was very careless to leave them. I was a killer. I swear that as a professional killer, I'd never leave footprints behind. That's all well and good, but I'm afraid it's of little use in pursuit of our killer. But, like, guys, they could have just walked this direction. You know? I mean, like, yeah, most people would have been like, oh shit, this dude's, like, passed out on the floor. I should do something. But, I mean, what if it was a first-class passenger? You think they would pause at some dude being potentially bleeding out on the floor? No way. They'd step over his body and keep moving on. I feel like I'm still missing a link or two. I agree. I mean, what have I not clicked on? Can you jump, Edgeworth? Can you jump up the stairs? I mean, that's all we got. You can see something's dragged. Got this. Nothing there. So think about, like, I don't really know what could be dragged here. We're at a bit of an impasse. And like the worst one where it's like I just don't know what I haven't clicked on. Oh wait, no, that's just the regular thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's just the zoom in again. Right, I mean, tell me if this thing doesn't have a check mark on it. Look at his hands, look at the money, look at the card. His glasses are broken. Ask you both questions. We've presented everything we could present. We're missing something. But what am I missing? What haven't I clicked on? Gang. Am I like I mean, I feel like I'm forgetting something that I'm supposed to know what to do. Like, I mean, we've looked at this. It has been inspected. And passport's all that's in here. Passport's all that's in it. Can I look at the passport? I know we technically saw it, but... There's no money whatsoever inside this travel wallet. Ah, cracked the case wide open, didn't we, edgy boy? Getting fucking point and click adventured, man. Where it's just like, I don't, what haven't I clicked on? Everything's got a check mark, except for this, but there's nothing I can do here. It won't even let me do, like, you know, the where you, like, you know, press, like, on a particular spot. Which I don't even know what I would do, even if it would let me do that. Like the thing where you, like, you know, presented evidence on one of those interactive screens like that. Like, I can't do that, and all I have is broken glasses. And then you say the same thing again. I've presented everything. Okay, I guess we'll pause until the fucking thing lights up when we walk on the exact right pixel. Alright, we finally found the thing we didn't click on. There's something sticking out of his pocket! Hope he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture! The fuck? Looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. Yeah, I guess that's the most important thing I'll take away from that it's inside. Well, that's not really that helpful. Oh, the lanyard thing? He had a cell phone on it? Can I do anything with that? No. Maybe if I look at the thing. Oh, wait, now it's gonna let me do the present thing. Alright. Yeah. Eureka! Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? His cell phone. I guess because it's not there? Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. I mean, I guess. that he like had it in his hand and it got dropped as he was pushed into the elevator to be murdered. Fuck you. What's going on over there? Hit him with the damn leaf bug Eggman goat. Kamehameha the Metroid. And then snip it off. Unforgivable! This is unforgivable! Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. This is the same level of bad as if the plane had arrived late. But the movie... No, I'm not talking to you anymore. You were just waiting my time. What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? There is no emergency. Please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I do not need to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, do you prove you're innocent yet? If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now. What nonsense? Are you saying my evidence testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, suit yourself. I'll shoot you with my mind gun. I saw Mr. Hicks into the elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes. So the 6 and the 12. And so movie time is supposed to be starting... Well, I don't know what time it's supposed to be now. But presumably I'm guessing it's going to be that he has like his clocks messed up or something. Well, because we still don't know which 6 this is. But I guess this could be... Because if it says it's... Like if he has the minute hand and the hour hand mixed up. Because the movie should be done. Or, you know, have been well started by now. Regardless of what 6 this is. The money was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? And then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me. Allegedly. My witness testimony, if you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Heard like a man who is having the time to wait for you? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow and fast. I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks.
Hold it!
Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at the time? Of course, I was always inside. Are you sure the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside was Mr. Hicks, man. This last outburst is a bit too important to let go. I mean, do we have an actual... Oh, I didn't mean to press that, but... Was he really alone? Of course, I would bet even 1 cent. Like, do we even... Because we don't have anything that actually says, was somebody else in there? We just kind of presume... I mean, we don't have, like, any one piece of evidence. I mean, I guess the strongest was maybe the cell phone. Because, like, the fact that it's gone would mean that somebody else is in there to steal it. If we assume it's stolen. A cheap ante for a cheap testimony. If that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take your 1 cent. Oh, no. Miles, buddy, you're so greedy, you're penny pinching. Oh, God, you're not beating the fucking allegations, man. I'm guessing it's probably like maybe cell phone at that point, but we'll press the rest of the statements just in case.
Hold it!
And for the content, I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking, is that correct? Oh, you know this is a very expensive antique, I'll have you know. The feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by hand. Those look very well designed and quite classy. I'll have to charge you if you want to touch it. That's quite alright. Let's continue with our testimony. What a cheap man you are. Now return the time you wasted back to me. And if I must, I saw Mr. Hicks into the elevator at 6 o'clock.
Hold it!
Is it true? It is true that I found the victim's body at 6:15. And that's when I found the two of them as well. Enter scene, me, legendary flight attendant, walking in to see one Miles Edgeworth, drenched in blood, laughing maniacally over the corpse of a fallen victim. You see, it all matches my testimony.
Hold it!
This is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of. I know you are, but what am I? Ah, fuck, he got me. No, you're a silly pillion is what is mistaken. Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you are both mistaken. If that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. I spy a little hole in his words. Why is Edgeworth always talking about little holes, man? Okay, I don't know if it's footprints or cell phone. I guess footprints are what we use to actually say somebody else was here. So like, we'll do footprints first. And then maybe we'll use the cell phone as like a follow-up.
Objection!
Mr. LeBlanc. What is it? There's a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. Good timing. You're getting the hang of it. You can be our assistant yet. What do you mean? Take a look in the area in front of the elevator. There's the spilled grape juice. Yes, and you also admit you spilled it with the blood? It spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints. Footprints? Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Alright, let's play over. Why don't you tell us the truth? Hit him with the fucking arrow lightning bolt surprised goat. Fucking he'll never recover from that shit. He does have a point. Can you please translate for us? No way, that's totally impossible, I guess, is what he said. No way, that is totally impossible. I know there was no other person in there, I saw it with my own eye. If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then, what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc? Just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time, over and over. I happened to follow that man with mine eyes when he passed me, and I saw clearly in the elevator he was entering. I swear there was no one else inside. No one. Or it could be maybe his like watch, because he did say he had to wind it up, so he just like didn't wind up his watch and it got stopped for a while, so he's like off time. Maybe that's also it. That's why he's thinking the well. I mean, is he that much of a dumbass to think it's 6 o'clock again? I mean, maybe. Because the problem with that logic of him being like, hey, it's 6 o'clock, start the movie, but also knowing that the body was seen getting, or the dude got in the elevator at 6 o'clock, you think you would realize, hey, what the hell? But I guess that's not the series we're in. Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What? You dare have issue with my eyewitness testimony? No, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. I got an idea, but I don't know how to get there. As per usual.
Hold it!
Why are you still upset now? I am always upset. The only time I have not is when I have a piece of art in my hands. It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me.
Hold it!
Why are you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time. In money, you understand the point? Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and its start time. Interesting. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see the movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I look forward greatly to the movie. I check my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. It matches the schedule. The movie was still late. Very, very late.
Hold it!
Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little bit more about it, if that's alright.
Hold it!
So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in Sky Magazine? Yes? I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. Miss Tenario, was this movie shown on this flight? Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time. Isn't it possible you simply slept through it by accident? Nonsense, you doubt me? No, please stop using the fucking magic gun. Odd, how did he miss a movie he was clearly hoping to see? I checked my pocket watch a great many times, that much I know for sure. Set to my destination's time. Oh, whoops. I'm pressing you? Get pressed? You're sure about you has testified? Yes, of course. I'm a very busy man. I'm immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch. I see. That was a very valuable statement you just made. Or is it, I guess it could be like time zones? Because I mean a pocket watch wouldn't update the time zones. But the flight schedule might take that into account? I'm not entirely sure. Flatter me all you want, but you will not get 1 cent out of me. That's alright, all I require is this piece of testimony. But I don't know how to, like, get into that. I don't actually want to present this, but... Ah, it does mention time zone. Okay. But correspond to our departure time zone. Not... And he sets it when he gets on the flight. So yeah, definitely. We'll press everything else, but...
Hold it!
Since you only happen to see him, it's possible you missed something in that glance. Even if they happen, I do not miss a thing. And how can you be so sure? Artist's eye! Just because? I would appreciate if you didn't take my life so lightly with a simple just because. Well, I was only making a joke. Ah, you filthy non-Borgians with your not gettings of the humors. I saw Mr. Hicks, alright?
Hold it!
Is it possible that someone was hiding inside? You dare insult me? I have my belief in my eyesight. When I look for the art to sell, I am often told I have great sight for the arts. I think the phrase you were looking for was great sense, although that's debatable. Isn't it possible someone was just outside your line of sight? My FOV is cranked to the maximum! You are persistent, I tell you I look clearly. Oh, I meant to press there, but... Okay. You might be mistaken about something. Mistaken? Yeah. In this professional attendant shall witness the prowess of a professional prosecutor. To my destination's time. I always said it when I board the plane. Alright, get fucking air magazine.
Objection!
And then a dull quiet entered into the cabin as we waited for the very important moment. Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. Oh god, remember when he said that? I can remember just like it was days ago. I even set my fucking watch to the destination time when I came aboard. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time at our destination. And the correct time is worth 6 cents? I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe this Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tenario, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? We made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Jingfa. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. They don't really do time zones over there. So, right now we're running on Borgian time. What? The time difference between Borgia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. Wah! Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. And also, because I'm so smart, I instinctively know how many cents 1,000,000 cents make into dollars. Edgeworth, word good, edge man. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. Okay, I can't do that. Let's kill my fucking voice. My 1,000,000 cents! I can't make that fucking noise. Oh god. It was like I actually felt like a stabbing pain. Both times I did that. This should clear up all the remaining accusations. This basically widens the time frame for their time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. Means the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I got something to say, and we will hear what Chickadee McBorgia has to say next time. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.